TJ, first time playing against the Lions since your injury. Just kind of where's your head at this week and going into it?
Yeah, it's January football now. I mean, it's going to be a good game. I mean, that stuff, that's not really anything I try to think about. Obviously, it's going to be a big game, and so, we're excited here in the building. And then, once we get to Sunday and getting back in that stadium, a place I played for a long time, it'll be a good game, and it's going to be a special place. So I'm excited about it for sure.
Is there any significance with it being your first time playing against?
No, I mean, it's injuries happen in this game and in this league, and I've had multiple injuries throughout my career, and things you just don't think about. I mean, I've played against many teams that I've had things go against, and it's just a new game. It's another game, and it's I'm excited to play them for sure, and I'm excited to be out there with the boys this time around, and be able to make an impact that way. But nothing like that really goes in your head. You got to just let that kind of stuff go and realize it's football and it's another game. So.
Is that easier said than done, knowing, what's at stake, historically what this means, the 14-2 teams, number one seed, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. I mean, there's no doubt there. It's going to be a fun game. It's an exciting game. That's all you want in January, December football. So it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of atmosphere. I mean, like I said, I've been there and I've played there in a long time. Their fans are really excited about what they're doing right now, and there's a lot of enthusiasm over there. So it's going to be a loud game. It's going to be hard on the offense for us to we got to stay focused in the huddle and just us against everybody. So it'll be a good game for sure. And I know what this means to them, and I know what it means to us. So.
From a development standpoint, what have you seen from Jordan Addison just over the course of this year, but also since he's been here?
Yeah, Jordan, I mean, obviously last year he had a big year as well, and so when he came in, it's just poised for him. I mean, that's something that, as a young guy, you don't always see that, just, getting out there and just being calm in the moment, things can get to you in certain senses, when you're a young guy in this league, and that's just something that he hasn't let happen to him. He's very poised out there in the huddle. He's very poised on Sundays. He's calm, cool, collected, and he knows what his job is, and he makes it known on Sunday that he's one of the best in the league. And so it's fun to watch him. It's fun to have him on our team, but I think he's just going to keep getting better throughout his career and throughout his time here. So I love seeing what I am out of Jordan, and realistically all these guys. I mean, Speedy, obviously last week. Jets is obviously the best in the world and keeps on getting better. And so, this offense, there's no place to go but up, and it's fun to be a part of this thing.
Last week, Justin had a few kind of high motor plays, I guess you'd call them. His block on the screen pass, and then just hustling across the field at the end at the last drive. I guess what does that say about him as a star level player, that he kind of does things that go a little beyond the box?
I mean, that's why he is a star, is because of the dirty things that he can do. He gets in the box. He makes spring plays happen. He makes an impact when he's not necessarily the number one. When he needs to spring a block on an outside zone and he's cracking a safety or a backer or whatever it is, he's going to get down there and he's going to do his best to get that block done and then spring one for 50 or whatever it is, and that's what makes him a star in the league. I mean, obviously he has those big catches that everybody sees and everybody sees on the highlight tape, and that's obviously Justin, but when you turn on the tape, I don't think there's a play where he's not doing his job and making an impact on the play, whether it's taking two guys or digging a safety out from the box when we need it, or whatever it is. He gets down there, he makes his position felt on that specific play, and that's what makes him the best in the league at what he does.
Is there a little bit higher level you think the offense is operating at now than when you first came back in early November? Do you feel like there's a difference?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously throughout the season, you're going to just keep getting up. You keep going up, keep developing things with a quarterback, keep developing, with the scheme, and KO starts to get a feel of what, you can do as a player. And obviously he's known what everybody can do, but when you put them in certain positions and they go win, that just, continues to increase his confidence on a certain player. However, you run that, just stuff like that. So I think throughout the entire season, there's nowhere but to go but up, when you get a quarterback like we have, and him getting the ball out like he does, and then, to be able to continue to win against man. I mean, we got guys, that are going to beat man coverage, 90% of the time, just because of who we have on this offense and who we have at quarterback, and then obviously our O-line, protecting the way they have been all year. So I think, there's continued confidence going into each Sunday, and, that's just what we're going to continue to do.
Kevin was talking yesterday about showing you guys plays where he didn't like his play call and kind of calling himself out in meetings, things like that. How do you guys view that when he has accountability in the same way as he holds for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we respect it. We there's nothing but love and respect for KO. Obviously, he comes in, he's the same person every day, and he's not afraid to hold himself accountable for whatever it may be, even though we never look at it like that. I mean, ultimately, it is what he calls, but it's players, not plays. At the end of the day, is how we look at it as players. Is you call something and we're going to make it work, no matter what. And so, he can hold himself accountable, but at the end of the day, us on the field are the ones that got to make stuff happen. And so, I mean, that's just how we think of it too. So, obviously we know who KO is, and we know who he is every day he comes in the building, but we hold ourselves to a standard as well, and we expect whatever he calls that we're going to get the job done, and we're going to get it done no matter what they're playing. So you got to love that, but it's on us too.
TJ, I think you talked about it a couple weeks playing in Seattle. Like, did you guys take pride in going into an opposing building, and it's loud, and obviously the home field advantage matters, but kind of silencing the other guys?
Yeah, it's fun going into a loud stadium and going into a hostile environment. You don't get many opportunities like that in this league, where you go into a place that has a lot of enthusiasm, especially, a loud place everywhere we go, we usually see Vikings fans, so it's fun. But, when you go into a place and it's really our sideline versus the entire building, that's fun. It's like gives you the mentality it's us against you, and that makes it, it makes it fun when you make a play, and it quiets down a little bit, but it's our job to be able to do that and to quiet it down and increase our momentum in certain ways. But you got to love it when you go into a loud stadium, and it's just the boys against everybody. So
Sam was talking yesterday just about getting lost in the routine, he was saying, and not getting too far ahead of himself. I guess, what have you made about the way he sort of stayed present throughout this year, even though there's a lot of outside discussions about different things into the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that he doesn't think about. I mean, he's one of us at the end of the day, and he's going to continue to be one of us until they don't let him at some point, So, he's done an incredible job of the next play mentality, be where your feet are, one game at a time, all that kind of speak. But we own it, and he owns it, and, that just makes the whole team own it. So, when he says stuff like that, you believe him, because that's all he's shown all year, and that's all he's shown every day. So, we've all gotten lost in the routine and not bored with the routine, but lost in it and continued to do it. I think those are two very different things.
And just how does it feel for you guys when KO makes the announcement that Sam made the Pro Bowl?
That's sweet. It's super excited for him to see a guy with, obviously the journey that a lot of guys have in this league, and a lot of guys have on this team. But to see his journey and then to be able to, go out there and play like he has, it's just it's super cool to be able to see that. And obviously to be able to see the league that our league, respects a guy like that and has respected his play all year is really cool to see. So nothing but, congratulations to him and everybody. There's a lot of guys, a lot of first-timers this year that made it, and it's super cool to see. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.